Genghis Khan remains one of the most influential figures in world history. He lived during a time when much of Eurasia was divided into small, competing societies. From this fragmented landscape, he emerged as a leader who reshaped the political, economic, and cultural connections of the medieval world. His actions led to the creation of the Mongol Empire, which would eventually stretch from East Asia to Eastern Europe. Understanding Genghis Khan helps explain how ideas, trade, and power moved across continents during the Middle Ages. He was born around 1162 on the Mongolian steppe, a vast region of grasslands in Central Asia. His birth name was Temujin. At the time, Mongol society was organized into clans that often competed for resources such as grazing land and livestock. Life on the steppe was demanding, shaped by harsh weather, constant movement, and strong social bonds within families. Temujin's early years were marked by instability. After his father, a minor clan leader, died unexpectedly, Temujin's family lost protection and status. They were left to survive largely on their own, relying on resilience and cooperation. Growing up in these conditions influenced Temujin's understanding of loyalty, leadership, and survival. He experienced betrayal and hardship at a young age, including periods of isolation from other clans. These challenges shaped his belief that traditional clan divisions were a source of weakness. Instead, he began to value loyalty based on personal ability and trust rather than family background. This idea would later become central to his leadership style. Temujin did not receive formal education in the modern sense, but his development came through lived experience. He learned skills essential for steppe life, such as horseback riding, archery, and animal herding. More importantly, he observed how power worked among nomadic groups. He formed alliances through marriage and mutual support, while also learning from conflicts with rivals. Over time, he gathered followers who were drawn to his reputation for fairness and discipline. These experiences helped him develop a practical approach to leadership that focused on clear rules and shared rewards. By 1206, Temujin had succeeded in uniting many Mongol tribes under his authority. At a large assembly known as a Kurultai, he was given the title Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. This marked the beginning of a new political order on the steppe. Genghis Khan introduced reforms that strengthened unity. He reorganized society and the army into units based on numbers rather than clan identity. This reduced internal rivalries and increased cooperation. He also promoted individuals based on merit, allowing talented people from different backgrounds to rise to positions of responsibility. One of Genghis Khan's most significant achievements was the expansion of Mongol power beyond the steppe. Under his leadership, Mongol forces moved into northern China, Central Asia, and parts of the Middle East. These campaigns were carefully planned and relied on speed, coordination, and intelligence gathering. While warfare was a central part of expansion, Genghis Khan also focused on administration. He supported laws that applied to all subjects and encouraged religious tolerance across his empire. Traders, envoys, and craftsmen were often protected, which helped stabilize newly conquered regions. Trade played an important role during this period. The Mongol Empire improved safety along major trade routes, including sections of the Silk Road. This allowed goods, technologies, and ideas to travel more easily between East and West. Papermaking, navigation knowledge, and agricultural practices spread across regions that had previously been isolated from one another. In this way, Genghis Khan's rule contributed to increased contact between different cultures. Despite these successes, Genghis Khan's rise involved major challenges and turning points. Uniting the Mongol tribes required overcoming long-standing rivalries. Resistance from other states also tested Mongol leadership. Managing a rapidly expanding territory presented difficulties in communication and control. Genghis Khan responded by delegating authority to trusted generals and family members while maintaining a central legal system. These strategies allowed the empire to function despite its size. In his later years, Genghis Khan continued to oversee military campaigns and administrative reforms. He spent much of his time moving across his territory, maintaining personal connections with leaders and commanders. Around 1227, he died during a campaign in Central Asia. The exact circumstances of his death are not clearly recorded, but his passing marked the end of an era. Before his death, he ensured that succession plans were in place, allowing the empire to continue under his descendants. After Genghis Khan's death, the Mongol Empire continued to expand under his sons and grandsons. It eventually became divided into several khanates, each ruling different regions. Even as political unity weakened, the systems he established had lasting effects. His laws, military organization, and approach to governance influenced how later rulers managed large territories. The legacy of Genghis Khan is complex and far-reaching. He transformed the social structure of the Mongol world and connected distant regions through trade and communication. His empire played a role in shaping the political map of Eurasia and facilitating cultural exchange. Many modern populations trace aspects of their history, language, or trade networks to the period of Mongol rule. Today, Genghis Khan is remembered in different ways across the world. In Mongolia, he is often seen as a unifying national figure. In global history, he is studied as a leader whose actions changed the course of medieval societies. His life illustrates how leadership, organization, and vision can influence events on a continental scale. By examining Genghis Khan's story, we gain insight into how interconnected the world has been for centuries.